Tonight, a pocket Bible lost in floodwaters more than 20 years ago will be returned to its owner. The Oakdale Hose Company says one of its firefighters just discovered it in his coat. They tell Mamie it's a miracle.
The word has returned 2 decades after floodwaters washed it away.
Started crying as soon as I read the text.
Call it divine delivery.
I remember my Uncle Jim giving me that.
Uncle Jim was more like dad to Amanda Klotz, and she was like his daughter. In 1997, he gave her this pocket Bible stamped the Boys Industrial Home of Western Pennsylvania. It was a working farm for displaced children in Oakdale. You see, Uncle Jim was an orphan. He was adopted by Klotz's great-grandparents and became part of the family.
I was 9 years old at the time he gave it to me, so I don't really remember him actually giving it to me. I just remember it being in my possession at some point.
Then Hurricane Ivan invaded in 2004. Communities were reduced to pieces. Klotz's home stood at what is now a parking lot on Noblestown Road, near the police and fire departments. Everything was destroyed, or so they thought.
I must have had it in that house. They found it in perfect condition in somebody's coat pocket. I just thought it was a miracle.
I would have to assume it was just in his outside coat pocket, and he reached in to check, and there it was.
Found at the Oakdale Hose Company this Tuesday, 21 years later.
We go through our pockets and our gear kind of regularly to make sure we have everything, and he just came walking over and he said, "Hey, this doesn't belong to me. I have no idea how it got in my coat."
So the fire chief, with the help of his wife, found Uncle Jim's obituary. They then got in contact with Amanda.
It was all through text, but I think that she was probably shocked that this was actually happening. So
Uncle Jim never worked at the fire department. He was a florist.
The only relation he would have to the fire department is our house being next to it.
Is it a coincidence or heaven sent?
I've spent my entire life in this building. My dad was a fire chief here, way back, and I literally grew up here, and I can guarantee you this book was never here.
How do you think it got here?
That I don't know. That's the million-dollar question.
Some questions don't have answers, except that maybe it all happened in God's perfect timing. The chief has shipped out the Bible so it could be returned to the rightful owner. Reporting in Oakdale, Mamie, KDKA-TV News.